What's going on, people? Welcome to The Score. It's your boy Shingy. I've got my guy Ems. Man United have beaten Watford 1-0 in the FA Cup third round. It was a great performance. Anyways, before we get into it, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make sure you like it. Make sure you support the channel, on all social media platforms. YKTS Football on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, The Score on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, man. But yeah, Ems. Wasn't a great 90 minutes. I mean, we got the win. FA Cup third round games can be like that. What was your take on the game?
Blood, if there was a time not to watch Man United play, it was tonight. It was today, mate. I couldn't even concentrate. It was absolutely poor. I would have felt sorry for fans if they come into that stadium. That was an absolutely poor game of football, to the point where, mate, I don't know what the game plan was, the style of play, all of that. It was just it's one of them ones where we're through to the next round. Let's forget about the game and onwards and upwards.
It's one of them ones where, like, basically, you wish, obviously, we wasn't in lockdown and you was able to go about your business, and then you're just like, checking in the group and say, "Oh, what's the score? Like, how are we playing?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you see the highlights and you're like, "Oh, right, yeah, I'm actually so glad that I didn't watch that."
Yeah.
Still dead. Do you know what I'm saying? But I guess obviously it was expected to happen. We made 9 changes. A lot of fringe players who haven't had a lot of game time came into the team. A lot of them didn't really take their opportunities today, but that's to be expected because they ain't got a lot of match rhythm. But
but they should win their individual battles at least. And I didn't really see that, but it's true. You're right.
So yeah, judging by what you said, there's not really much you can assess in that game. I mean, is anything to convince you that that we're in the right place at the moment?
From that game, where it's so mad. That game is actually so difficult to actually analyze. It was absolutely a poor game. Like, the only thing I would say is maybe Scott took the captaincy well. I think that was but I can tell that Scott seems like a talker, so I wasn't really surprised he got given the armband. But for me, the game was it was tough to watch. I'm not gonna lie, it was so tough. For me, I'm a man of many words, but that game, honestly, but if it was the perfect time to sleep, mate, that would have been perfect. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just so difficult to analyze. Like, there's not really much you can take from that game at all. It's just like, for me, I'm just happy that we got through to the next round. We call it there. We can look forward to Burnley and Liverpool. If I was to end this podcast right now, a lot of people watching would be like, "Yeah, cool. We'll see you again." Against Burnley, because there's not much to talk about. But I just want to touch upon your point about Scott McTominay. He took the captaincy well. I mean, his game in numbers, like he had 100% success rate in tackles and his aerial duels, 80% pass accuracy, 3 clearances, 1 shot, 1 goal. Do you think he's, in the best form of his Manchester United career at this moment in time?
Scott's a hard one for me, because I feel like that pass completion rate, I wonder how many of them were backwards and sideways. I'm not trying to, be negative, but I'm just, you know what I mean? Cause for what I remember, I didn't see him do a defense splitting pass or eye over needle, or whichever you want to call it.
But I mean, that's not his game, though. Come on, I mean,
what's his game? Please tell me.
His game is to break up play, to be in zones, to stop transitional attacks, and I think he did that well today. I mean,
is that enough for a Man United player?
Well, I mean, for me, he's our modern day version of Darren Fletcher, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? He's never going to be a person has so much ingenuity, who's gonna play defense splitting passes, it would be nice if he could, play those defense splitting passes like a Michael Carrick or a Xabi Alonso. It would be nice to see whether he can add that to his game. I don't know, but for me, I just feel like his role is to to break up play, be disruptive. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think he does that part of the game well.
So basically a water carrier, basically.
In a sense, I mean, but funny enough, he's our second highest scoring midfielder, which is
that. Well, I don't know. All right, with Scott. All right, but back to your asking about is Scott in the bit? I'm not really sure, because against Leeds, yeah, like that was like 4 games ago, or might have been longer. Mate, I can't lie. What I witnessed, yeah, I thought that was prime Gerrard. I'm not even gonna lie. That was like, wow, Scott's actually got that. And then the game after, I don't know who it was against. He was poor, so it's still. Like that at the moment, I need to see like sevens. Yeah, like so if he's a 7, then do you know what I mean? Because I actually think Scott's actually got a shot on him. Like, I think Scott's got more to his game, but he's not. I don't know whether he's allowed to express it or he does want to express it because he probably thinks there's bigger players than him. But possibly. He might do, because when you think about it, yeah. You see his Instagram. His Instagram says Scotty or McTominay 10. Like, so what? Did he used to play a 10? I don't know. So I'm just thinking. But for me, I don't know, man. Scott, hopefully, as time comes, maybe he can show us more.
I mean, Rio Ferdinand said that as well. Like, basically, he would like to see a bit more consistency in his game, and maybe that will come with time. And you make a good point. Maybe he doesn't express himself as much as, because obviously he knows that there are other players in front of him who probably have a bit more ingenuity, a bit more of that creativity, and have a better eye for a pass than him. So he just likes to keep it simple and keep it ticking along. But for me, I just feel he's one of those players that's disruptive. I feel he had a good game today. People will say it was just against Watford, but he had a good game.
But a good game in a poor game. A good game in a poor game. No, it was though. I'm not even trying to take his shine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Souness, man. Emil Souness, fam.
I ain't got no agenda. Yeah. But you know what? For me, I just feel like these Scott McTominays, and they're like, for me, they're bench players. Unless in the big games, when Fergie used to do against the big games, you bring them players in that he trusts, like Fletcher. Then obviously McTominay can get him. But when we're playing teams in the bottom half and team that from 8th down to the bottom, I don't think Fred and McTominay should be started together as a two. It should just be one or the other. I'm sorry, we need to show our intent to win, rather than it seems like we're setting up for, all right, we want to start off with the draw, and then if we can nick it, great. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's because Solskjaer probably doesn't trust our centre backs, innit?
Well, whose fault's that? He plays Victor and Maguire, and they have no pace between both of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, it is a bit peak. I mean, like I said, I would like to see us play with at least just one CDM in the teams against the lesser players. But Solskjaer doesn't seem to trust our centre backs, to be honest. And I mean, the way we defend, I'm not surprised at times. Do you know what I mean? But
he paid for 2 out of the 4 defenders, though. So
where I mean, even today we were struggling at set pieces, and that's a few set pieces whereby they could have had a couple of goals.
But I've been saying that since last season about set pieces. If you go back, I've been saying that this half zonal man mark, it don't work, man. Just go back to man for man marking. If the man loses the man, that's his fault. End of. This one, if man just wins the header, it's no one's fault. It's just in the zone. They've got in the zone. So for me,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, it's not nothing new, and it just seems like we haven't eradicated that from our game, which does concern me because, I mean, watching us at set pieces, defend at set pieces, sometimes honestly, like you just want to chuck your phone at the TV and be like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a catalogue of everything sometimes, man. Just absolutely shocking defending. Do you know what I'm saying? Honestly, but hopefully Solskjaer can get them well drilled at some point this season because we'll get caught out with these set pieces. But going back to the game itself,
Yep.
I'll talk about the fringe players that came into the team.
Yeah.
Because obviously this was their chance to try and make an impact.
Yeah.
Now, what did you make of Dan James?
What,
I mean, for me, it's pretty clear. For me, it's pretty clear. But yeah, what was your take?
you always, why do you start with him first? Why couldn't he be last or in the middle?
Mate, I'm asking questions. I'm the one that's presenting stuff.
All right, Dan, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've seen enough games. Dan James, I'm sorry, he's not good enough for Man United Football Club. If we want to get to where we get to, I'm sorry. Like, for me, he doesn't offer enough. And when he does get his chance, he doesn't take it. Obviously, that Leeds game was perfect for him, yeah. But back to this game, man, I don't believe. I think he started the first 10 minutes quite well with the two crosses, and after that,
the ball's bounced off his knee. Yeah, his knee. Oh, mate, like
yeah. I know. No one can tell me that he wasn't playing in any fair position because I believe he likes playing on left. He does it for Wales. Man United let him do on left. He just doesn't like. He might as well give his pace to one matter or something because if you got all that pace, you might as well you don't use it. So what's the point? For me, I don't care. I just think his time's up. I think a low move in January or something's good because it's getting out of hand, man. Like Swansea must be smiling with that 15 million. I'll tell you that. Because I'm sure we could have got better players with 15 million. I think. Oh, I had it in my head. Who was it? Oh, I can't remember, man. There was a player, and they got him a bit more than what we paid for Dan James, but I can't remember now. It's gone.
But yeah, no, I think it's clear, it's evident to see that he just isn't to the required levels. And I think I'm not sure whether Palestri would have started, but I think he would have been on the bench at least. But obviously he caught COVID.
Yeah, I saw that.
We bought in. Was it Amad? Was it Diallo?
Yeah, Diallo. Yeah, it don't want to be called Traore. It's called Diallo. Yeah,
Diallo. Yeah. So I mean, for me, I'm starting to believe that Dan James's time, or his playing time is gonna be up soon because every time he does play, bar the Leeds game, I just don't see what he does. Like you said previously, he runs into cul-de-sacs. I mean, the ball just bounces off his shins.
He's waiting for me to say that, innit? The cul-de-sac.
Running into dead ends, but I mean, it's just not good enough. And when I'm watching him, I just kind of feel for him because it's like it's just not coming off, fam. It's what I mean. It's just not coming off, but we'll see. I mean, Lingard, did you think he had a good game?
Listen, right. His time's come, man. He needs to leave for his own sake, not even for whether I like him or not. Because I think Lingard, do you know what? Yeah, I think as a person, I'm so Lingard's a cool person, but as a footballer, he's just not Man United quality. Not meaning he can't do a job for someone in the Premier League, but for me, Jesse Lingard at Manchester United football, I know he supported that Man United as a boy and he come through the ranks and all of that. I get it. But for me, for his own sake, Jesse Lingard, I think he needs to leave and go play football, whether it's Burnley or Leicester or Everton or whatever. I think there's a player in there, but he's not good enough for Manchester United Football Club.
Yeah, I think he's got to that time, and obviously seeing how well, obviously Bruno Fernandes has done, since he's come in. That's the required standard. And I don't think Lingard will be able to ever, get to those standards.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like you said, for his own sake, for his own career, I think he should just try and,
make
go
the
to a
most of
club
it.
where he's going to be playing games week in, week out, because this is not good. I mean, you can't be, playing one game every 6 weeks.
And you're 28 years old. You're not 18.
Yeah,
You're
man.
28 years old.
Football is a ruthless game. Like, if managers see that you're not playing games, but you can quickly go down the pecking order and you end up seeing yourself playing for a bottom team in the championship. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, exactly. Well, for me, I just think, yeah, you have to get the most out of your career. You get me? Football's a short career. I know Man United is your club, and if you stay at Man United, you're more likely to win trophies and whatever. Well, so they say. But I feel like you have to play football. I know you're on big wage, £100 a week and all of that, but maybe sometimes you got to go down in it to play some football. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, for me, like Jesse Lingard type of guy, I think as a person, like I said, he's cool. But as a footballer, I don't know what he does. Like, now these days, I don't know what's his speciality. He doesn't shoot from outside the box. He passes sideways. For someone that plays number 10, for me, he's ineffective. He don't play a cut through pass. He don't I don't know if I'm being extra critical, but I don't see what he like. What's his speciality? Please.
his energy. You know what I mean? I mean, he's always on the move. But I mean, like I said, I think he's a decent player. But in terms of for Man United, I think his time is up, and I'd like to see him, get a move somewhere, maybe playing a lot more. Moving on from Jesse Lingard,
yeah,
my guy Donny van der Beek,
Donny van der Beek.
And yeah, obviously before I came into this podcast, I was arguing in the group chat, and I just made a statement, and I just said, look, Van der Beek is too good to be sitting on the bench at Manchester United. And there was a backlash. And the thing is, I'm not saying that he should start ahead of Pogba and start ahead of Bruno. I'm just saying the player himself is too good to be a bit part player where obviously he starts in the FA Cup, or he's coming on for 3 minutes against Manchester City, or 20 minutes or 25 minutes against Leipzig, or what have you. For a player that had the second most goal involvements in Europe to Kevin De Bruyne before we signed him, I just don't think he should be sitting on the bench. And if I was him, I'd reassess my my position at the club at the end of the season. What do you think?
I agree with you. But then you have to ask yourself, at Man United Football Club, why did we sign him? I feel like it's a static gun approach. Like, it's not planned. Like, surely, if you're gonna buy a player that was meant to go to Madrid, but due to the pandemic, we might as well use him. And I feel like he's been mugged off. Like, I think he's been treated unfairly. Like, against Man City, man got 3-4 minutes. Like, bro, if I'm him, I'm going on social door and say, bro, don't do that, please. Like, I deserve respect.
What am I supposed to do in 3-4 minutes?
2-0 down, 3-4 minutes. Like, and for me, I just feel like he needs to knock on the door and ask some questions here, because listen, like you said, them goal involvements. And football's, like I said, football's a short career. So, man, he ain't coming here he ain't come to Man United to sit on the bench. He come to play a game. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not even like, you can't even judge him, because 1 minute he's in, then he's out, not playing for 3 games, then he's back in, then he's out, not playing for 3 games, then he plays the next 20 minutes, 15, 10 minutes, and it's like, how am I meant to get a rhythm?
Exactly. And how can you make a well-informed decision about if a player's able to make an impact? Like, some Man United fans, the counter argument will be, well, if you look at Bruno, he made an instant impact. Well, yeah, because when we bought him, there was no one of his ilk in our team. We didn't have Pogba. He came straight into the team, and he was guaranteed to be playing 90 minutes every game, because he was the most offensive player, midfielder that we could count on. And he made his impact. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and say Van der Beek, when he's come on, he hasn't really made an impact, because he's not guaranteed to start every game.
I even go to say that I think even if Van der Beek come in January, he would have done something for us.
Mm.
I don't know better what Bruno done, but he would have sparked something because our midfield was dreadful. We couldn't get nothing from Jesse, nothing from Andreas. Who else was playing? Who was playing in the whole them two?
God.
Who else was playing? It was Jesse, Andreas. I'm sure there was something else, but I can't think.
Those were the most advanced players. And obviously we had Scott McTee, Fred,
Scott and but literally for a club that's got got the highest wage brewer in the Premier League, that's an abysmal.
So for me,
yeah.
I just don't see how you can evaluate Donny van der Beek. I mean, today obviously he played well. I mean, he had his long pass accuracy was 100%, 95% pass accuracy in total, 89 touches, 3 out of 3 tackles won, 2 chances created, one big chance created. I mean, he's always elegant on the ball, but it's just so hard to make an informed decision about is he making the impact he needs to break into the team, because for me he's not getting the opportunities he needs to be able to show what he can do.
Yeah, he hasn't had a fair crack of the whip, as they say. I feel that at this moment, the only time he's going to get in the team if Fernandes has God forbid, an injury or something. Other than that, you're not gonna see him start. Do you know what I mean? Because Ollie's made Bruno his number one boy. Do you know what I'm saying? So, which is fair enough. Bruno's been amazing. Since he's come, I'm not even gonna lie. He's been amazing. So, I understand why Ollie's like that.
And I mean, a lot of Man United fans will say, yeah, we always say, it's a squad game. We need a big squad, this, that, the other. I understand that. Listen, if it was me, down to me, I'd be so happy for Van der Beek to just be happy to be part of the squad. But a talented young boy like that, right, who was a main stalwart in Ajax's team, a main stalwart in Holland's team currently, but, who knows, he may not even start in the Euros this year due to a lack of game time. If I was him, I'd reassess my options at the end of the season. I would speak to Ollie and say, look, listen, you need to clarify what my role is going to be, because I'm not on this being a bit part player. Do you know what I mean? I'm not on that. I'm actually not on that. I'm better than
Di Maria.
Boy, sometimes in this life, you have to be selfish, You have to be selfish and think about yourself. There was a point where Di Maria wasn't even starting games because of Ashley Young. So he thought, even though I think that when Di Maria left, it was more of a personal thing because of his wife.
At the
same time, I do think he was like, you know what, like, you're playing Ashley Young instead of me. Like, I'm off. Like, I'm not gonna allow you to sabotage my career. And sometimes in life you have to be like, and I feel Van der Beek has to have that, conversation.
Maybe sometimes the player, the right fit of the club, but just the wrong coach.
Wrong time.
Yeah. The same way I feel like if Jose signed him, it would have been different because he had him at Madrid. So maybe sometimes that could be the problem.
But what do you make of Van der Beek's performances when you see him play? Like today, I mean, what did you make of him today?
I felt sorry for him because think about it, every time he starts, man has to play with the second string fringe players. How is he meant to? He has to play with players that understand the way he plays. And the only person on that pitch that understands the way he plays is Juan Mata.
When they link up, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that chance, what Mata should have buried. He should have dinked the keeper. But hey, what do I know? But like for me, yes, I feel sorry for him. Man don't get to start with Pogba, Bruno, hardly. So how's he meant to, sometimes some footballers, they need to play with better players to play better. Do you know what I'm saying? Not like, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you play with players that are not as good as you, your level drops.
It's like, let's say, for example, if it was, if we flipped the coin and it was either Fernandes or Pogba playing in today's team, yes, obviously they would look better than the rest. However, in terms of them, be looking the part and showing what they can do, it would be difficult because you're playing with the fringe players who hardly ever play. So
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I remember a game against Watford last season. I don't think he got Bruno back then, and then Pogba was on the bench, and he came on, and you could feel that Pogba was just better than everyone in our whole team. But man can't do it all by himself. I felt so sorry for him that game. So
I remember that game still. I remember that game.
and you see him, man was doing everything, man. And that's why I feel like man just gets unfairly criticized. Man has to do everything. It's not. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Bruno's situations is different. Man just plays in the hole, runs around, and obviously he's got the pass. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
he's playing with the first team players though as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a conversation. Like I said, that needs to be had at the end of the season.
End of season, yeah,
man. But at least, it wasn't a great performance. We got the win into the fourth round. And we move on to 2 big games next week, but Burnley away, Liverpool away, massive away games. Are you feeling confident going into both those games?
The baddest thing is, I feel like Burnley game is going to be tough. I think Liverpool may play into our hands in a way, because I feel like they're going to open up, so there'll be gaps. Or they might surprise us, because obviously they ain't got no centre back, so they might even not open up as much as I think. But Burnley might be the hard one, because they're going to play low block. End of the day, if Burnley come with a point, that's great. If they win, that's even better. If they lose, it's expected. So for them, they can sit back, and then if they get a set piece, because that's what they'll be looking for.
Man, like Ben and Tarkowski, boy. Good.
Yeah, so for me, I'm more worried about the Burnley game. If we beat Burnley, then I'll be like, raw, like, I might think, you know what? Yeah, maybe Liverpool game. If we get a draw at Anfield, I'll take it right now.
Yeah, man. But boy, we'll have to wait and see, fam. I mean, fingers crossed, we can get the points we need in those next
4
2
points.
games.
I expect 4 points.
I hope we can get them, bro. I hope we can get them, but we'll see, boy. But final word on today's game, fam.
I never want to see a performance like that again. That was shambolic.
Yeah.
I don't think Ollie needed that. I think this is the only time I reckon Ollie should use the iPad to watch Netflix.
Mad thing. But yeah, man. 1-0 into the fourth round of the FA Cup, beat Watford 1-0. We're through. On to the big games midweek against Burnley and the next week Sunday against Liverpool. But yeah, as usual, Ems, where can they find you, my G?
So Instagram is ems.wdoms, and then on Twitter is emsdoms.
Yeah, make sure you follow Ems, my guys, and make sure you follow me. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, _LCN. Follow the Instagram channel. Follow the channel on Instagram, YKTS Football, and on Twitter as well. And then, most importantly, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you support. It takes 2 seconds. Support the channel. Do you know what I mean? If you want to join us, get in touch. But yeah, it's been your boy Shingy. It's been Ems. Man United are through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. It's the score. We're out. Peace.
Yeah, peace.